It's been my dream ever since I can remember, ever since I was tiny, is to go to Paris. It's always been my favorite place. I was invited to go to the Chanel fashion show, the Couture fashion show in Paris. That was like the loudest scream I've ever screamed in my life. My mom had been keeping it a secret from me, so then she told me, and that was the best day of my life. I was so excited just to get off the plane and like be in Paris. First thing I saw was the airport, and then the restaurants there, they had like all the pastries out. It's totally different than LA. They sent me Chanel clothes that I got to, choose the one dress that I wanted. I remember I wore this white dress, and they had this like white coat with it as well, so I wore the two together, and then white platform shoes. I know every model by name. Like, I go on style.com and I look at all the shows, and I know all the models. So when I was watching the show, I'm like, oh my God, that's her, that's her, that's her. So it was just the best experience ever. Let's see, what else did we do? We tried to do as much as possible, but I'm just planning my next trip back. So I'm just like, I have to go back, and yeah, that was the best experience of my life. When I was 12, I did Super 8. All the boys were way older than me, and I was like one of the tallest ones, and they were all older, so they got annoyed by that. Because I wasn't even a teenager yet, I was only 12. We had to like each other in the movie. We're all really good friends. Because you're such good friends, it might even make it more awkward to like pretend that, you like them. And all the other boys like always made fun of us because like we had to like each other in the scenes. But when we were filming, they would just be telling us, the monster is right there, and we're looking at a little dot on like a pole, and like that's it. That's the monster, we have to be afraid of it. We didn't know what the monster was going to look like, so we really had to just create this scary thing, and all of us were probably imagining something different. So it was fun going to the screening like of Super 8 for the first time, because we had no idea what anything was going to look like. After I made Somewhere, people started to recognize me more, I guess. Whenever I was walking down the street, they're like, oh wow, I love Somewhere. Are you Elle Fanning? Before Somewhere, they always used to ask me if I was Dakota Fanning, because we always looked alike. And I'd be like, no, I'm her younger sister. And they'd be like, oh, okay. But now I think that they're starting to realize that I'm sort of my own person, She is a nice older sister. I mean, it's not like we always get along. We're sisters, of course. But now that she's going to college, it's really strange. I remember going into her room back at home in California and seeing all of her clothes gone, like her closet's empty. I don't get to go in there and like steal clothes anymore. Like, what's going on? This is so weird. It's like a tradition, like that me and my sister go and watch Criminal Minds. We're obsessed with Criminal Minds. We record like every single one. I think we've seen about every single episode. I've been on Criminal Minds twice. I played Nancy. I forgot my last name, but I played Nancy. I was about 8 years old, and they brought my character back because I had like such a fun time on the set. Let's see. It's always in like a small town, You thought it was his dad, but it was actually the boy who was killing everybody. He was like beating them with the baseball bat, but I got away. They saved me. That was good. And then they brought me back on the show as like a kidnapped girl. So they saved me twice. So Nancy lived.